I feel like we can all agree when I say that the internship process just completely sucks ass. From applying to internships on Handshake or whatever other platforms you use, to networking, to sucking up to these professionals' asses, to connecting with random people on LinkedIn in hopes that they can magically give us an internship or get us a referral, all just to fucking end up getting an email that says, "Unfortunately, Wesley, we have proceeded with another applicant. We're sorry, we couldn't, blah, blah, blah. There were a lot of applications this year, so good luck." Like, what the fuck? You know? And you're just left feeling defeated. It sucks. It fucking sucks. And I literally want to shoot myself every time I see that email. I'm just like, okay. It's to the point where I don't even react anymore. I'm like, okay, another one, another one, another one. What the fuck? You know? And I'm sure you feel it too. And you're going through this and you feel like it's the end of the world. I felt like it was the end of the world too. And I'm not sure what's gonna happen for the summer, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do with my life. You know, people tell you it's over, people say it's over. I, at this point, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Cause I said this to myself, and I'll say it to you. It's gonna be okay. You'll be fine. I know you're stressed about not having an internship for the summer, and you don't know what the fuck to do. You feel like your life's over. But the thing is, your life isn't over. You know, we go into college thinking we have our life mapped out. Yeah, we'll network, we'll go to these events, we'll do like clubs, and I'll get an internship in investment banking or whatever the fuck, and then I'll get a return offer. We think it's so straight cut, it's a straight path to the life we want. But I'm here to tell you that it's not like that. And even the application process is just a complete fucking emotional roller coaster. It's just so fucked. It's so fucked. And you start here, you're sending out applications, these tedious fucking applications on Way Up, on whatever fucking format these companies use. The autofill with resume option just completely screws up every single fucking time. And you have to make all these changes to your experiences. Then you're followed with these questions about if you're a relative to anybody who works here, and then your gender, your race, your ethnicity, your disability, are you a veteran? You're just like, holy shit, it's so time consuming. I already know I'm gonna get rejected. Why am I doing this anyways? And then on top of it, you have to write fucking cover letters too. It's annoying. It's tedious. And within all of those applications, you might get a few emails saying, "We enjoyed reading your resume," or "We look forward to scheduling an interview with you," or something. But now you're at the door. You have an interview. Now, you interview with the company, you think things are going great, you go through a couple rounds, a couple companies, and boom, rejection, rejection, rejection. Unfortunately, we have gone with another applicant. Again? Seriously? You're gonna just edge me like that? I was so close. So fucking close. And now, it feels like we're back to fucking square one. What the fuck? What the fuck? And you're just going like, boom, it's over. You feel like shit. And all while that's happening, guess what you see? On LinkedIn, people are saying, I am happy to announce I have started at this position at this company for 2025, 2026, 2027 or some shit. Like, bro, you see those LinkedIn? I mean, you see those videos on Instagram or TikTok that's literally of LinkedIn but IRL, and they're like this, and then, "Oh, I'm happy to announce. Oh, I'm happy to announce this." And then the other people are, "Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you." Blah 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 blah. Like, bruh, I feel like it's it's literally a professional Instagram. A professional highlight reel. That's what I'm going to call it. Professional highlight reel. That's what LinkedIn is. And you just feel behind. You feel like your life's over. You feel like shit. They got internships. I don't. What the fuck am I doing with my life? I suck. And you just feel defeated. Like you want to give up. But I'm here to say that I feel you. It sucks. I'm stressing over getting an internship for the summer. I feel like I'm behind. I feel like I fumbled a good hand that I was dealt to. And it sucks. Now I'm just wondering what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life constantly. But I'm here to say that instead of viewing your failure to get an internship as a failure, view it as an opportunity to explore, to do something else. And that's part of the reason why, well, it's not part, it's basically the whole reason why I'm starting to do mumbling thoughts again. I'm picking up other hobbies and interests as well because I don't think all my life is getting a finance internship. You know, I feel like we've been told the story that you get an internship, you get a full-time offer, you work there, you get promoted, and then whatever, you fuck off with your life, something like that. And so, and which is why we feel like the world's falling apart when we don't get an internship. But then the thing is, that's not true. I feel like a lot of us, we say we want to go into finance, and then find all these bullshit reasons and try to convince ourselves that we actually do like finance. You get what I mean? Like, for example, investment banking. I like investment banking because of the deals, the evaluations, working on Excel, learning about companies. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, you do. Everybody says that. Everybody says that. It's so cliche and cringe and one dimensional, if that makes sense. We convince ourselves and lie to ourselves that we like finance when we probably don't give a fuck and we're just in it for the money, you know? And because of this, because we think that we need to get an internship and then we get a job, we feel like it's the end of the world. But in reality, that's not true. You didn't even give a fuck about finance like 5 months ago. And now, just because you don't have an internship, you feel like it's the end? What happened to all these other things you enjoyed doing, wanted to do? You know? You just give up like that? Come on. So, I realized this when my professor brought in like this global head of recruiting at EY. Pretty big deal if you ask me. I didn't ask him for an internship, but a lot of the things he said really resonated with me and reassured me because he first said that our paths aren't linear. We think that our life is gonna be this way: go to college, attend these clubs, network, get an internship, get a return offer, and we continue with our careers from there. And then we fuck off with our lives. But he says, no, there's a lot of twists and turns that could happen. You think you're gonna do accounting or investment banking or corporate finance, whatever, for the rest of your lives? No, no, you're not. And so he says it's okay not to have anything. Also, because the job market is just complete shit. And yeah, maybe that made us feel a little better, but there's still the problem of we don't have a fucking internship and we want to off ourselves. What are we supposed to do? And so he says, well, a lot of professionals right now have one regret, and it's that they wish they had explored more. Whether it be a passion of theirs, a hobby of theirs, maybe even a different industry or sector or path. Because they were so hyper focused on getting that internship, getting that job, this path that they carved out for themselves, this path that they set out for themselves, that they didn't think or stop to look around and see what else was out there, which is probably why a lot of them might be miserable. Maybe they're not because of the amount of money they're making, but that reassured me. It reassured me that I'm not gonna view it as a failure. I'm not gonna beat myself up about not getting an internship. And maybe part of me is just coping with the fact that I didn't get an internship, trying to make myself feel better. But part of me also knows that if I don't have an internship, don't have an offer, I'll still make the most of that time. And that's when it hit me. Instead of focusing on not having the internship, I'll make the most of my time, whether it be exploring a passion of mine, working on mumbling thoughts, getting a sales job, seeing if I want to work in art handling, something else. It reassured me that it's going to be okay. And I can pursue other things out there while still in search of an internship. And he also said this to follow up: be yourself. And by exploring your passion, your hobbies, it'll make you a more interesting person. And so when you're in front of an interviewer again, when you're applying for internships, you're more of an interesting person. Instead of a straight finance student who takes these classes, who join these clubs, you are a person who has other interests, other hobbies, and it shows personality. And that's also something that a lot of these companies look for. Now, I know I was just beating on the fact of lying to ourselves about why we want an internship or want a job, and we convince ourselves or lie to ourselves that we enjoy it. But the thing is, one of my professors also said that it's not necessarily about what you do, it's about the community, the environment, and the people that work there. Now, you obviously don't want to do something you completely don't enjoy. You want to do something that remotely at least interests you. And for me, I don't think finance, I don't think it's the valuation, it's not the deals. It's about making an impact. Being able to have an impact on growth, you know? And I feel like that's what really drives me, the problem solving aspect. And I convince you to dig a little deeper than just valuations, than deals, than Excel, than modeling as your reason for why you enjoy finance. Try to dig a little deeper because that will also help you with your internship process. So, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone when you feel like the world is ending, that it's over because you don't have an internship. We all go through the same experiences. Maybe that can help you feel a little better. But also at the same time, I want you to know that instead of viewing this as a failure, take this time as an opportunity to do something else. Find a hobby, explore a passion you had, and try to make something of it. Because you might enjoy it more than a fucking finance internship, a job. And it might be better than what you might have thought your path was gonna be. So that's all for today's video. Thank you for listening. And I want to be back. This video might have been shit. Might have been shit. But I want to have something finished. I want to have something posted. And I want to start again with some momentum. So this is the start. And hopefully, I'm back. So that's all for this video. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace. And I also need to go pick up my nephew. Perfect timing. It's 2. Bye. Peace.